Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are officially engaged. She just posted it on her Instagram with the following message. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. And a picture of him apparently down on one knee and her caressing him, looking lovingly at him. Here's another picture where he's standing and they're holding one another. And then there is a shot of the ring, which I can't see very clearly here, but I'm sure it's very nice. They can afford whatever ring they want. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan for many reasons. I mean, I respect the empire she's built. I do. Yeah, I do. I respect the empire she's built. I respect that she stood up for herself and she's got some modicum of talent. However, she went political, and like anybody who does that in the arts, they risk alienating half the country, and she's done that. She's done that very effectively. So I'm really not her fan. However, as an American billionaire, right, which she's got to be at this point, who's like not even 40, I think it's great she finally found love. I really do. I am rooting for them. I think it's not a coincidence that the person she ultimately decided to settle down with is a real man, is like a football player, tough guy who doesn't really take a lot of shit from people. Like, yeah, that's generally attractive to most women who don't want, someone like in a scooter with a man bun. That's really not as hot. And so I think it's no accident this gal from the South who started out singing country songs found him attractive, and he was the one who ultimately won her heart. And I think it's obvious the reasons why he would be attracted to Taylor Swift. So I am rooting for them. Again, not her fan politically, but I don't care. Like I hope they have a wonderful, happy life together. I hope they make a bunch of beautiful children. And I hope she stays out of politics. I really genuinely hope that the last year was an example to her of how much easier and better her life will be if she just stays in her lane and lets people enjoy the music or not, instead of trying to tell us what she thinks about LGBTQ policies. Thoughts on it?
Love wins. Love wins, exactly.
I'm up on this real man thing. I'm not sure.
You feel attacked?
I have no man bun. I would probably crash a scooter, which I guess is kind of not mannish because I couldn't ride a motorcycle either. But I just want to say, Megyn, in my defense, that those of us who don't read very manly, sometimes are beneath the surface, our own Travis Kelce's. So I just wanted to.
I agree with that.
Losing a lot of bar fights.
You're not effete. You're not effeminate. You're not like
no.
Not at all. You haven't feminized yourself.
He's not a real man like me and Travis Kelce. I mean, it is what it is.
That's true. I want to tell you, though, I've had a lot of women ask me whether you are single and available. So, whatever you're putting down, they're picking up.
Yeah. Megyn, why are you on the air
Matt's
rather
pointing
than
to himself with a questioning face.
With pictures? Are you kidding me? It's a certain people. Maybe I'm with somebody who knows, but maybe I'd break up with them if you showed me that it was someone spectacular, right? I would pick a bartender for that. I feel
like you would. I had Charlie Kirk on recently. We were talking about this viral clip of his where he talked about how he would never, when courting a woman, and he used that word courting, which I like, split the bill on the first date. How it would be so humiliating to do such a thing. And he said something like, the honor you sacrifice is not worth the money you save in doing such a thing. And these young guns who were interviewing him were just flabbergasted by, they're like, what do you mean? You don't even know if it's going to work out. You're not sure if you're into her. And he schooled them. I feel like you would absolutely pay for the first date money. You're a Gen Xer.
I would pay for the first, for the 50th. The chances that date is going to be, shall we say, successful, get a lot smaller if you're getting the footing bill. She'd be like, oh yeah. Let's not go back to your house. No, I'm just saying that I always pay for the bill, Megyn. Charlie Kirk, and I probably disagree on a lot, but I think he's right about that. And congratulations, Taylor.
Amen.
I'll bet you that's how Travis Kelce helped, in part, get Taylor Swift. I bet he understood she could pay every bill of theirs from here to eternity, but he probably, I'm going to bet, insisted that he be the one to pay. And let's face it, he's doing okay, too.
Pay the bill. She's always going to pay for the jet. So just
absolutely correct. And let's not sleep on the fact that This engagement happens after what happens? Travis Kelce shows up to camp in the best shape of his life. It's like he did the year one problem that a lot of dudes do, which is like, wow, I'm in this happy relationship. I'm going to get fat.
That's interesting.
You got fat last year. And it wasn't right. I don't think he could put a ring on it unless he sealed that up. And he shows pretty good.
Well, some ladies like the heftier bare bodies, you know? They like the... Although I think the bare body is it. I think it's a gay term, so I probably shouldn't use it here. But you know what I mean? They like a little bit more meat on the bone.
Do you believe that, Megyn? Do you believe that?
No. I know some women who like their men a little heftier. I think they feel maybe more secure with them. I'm not sure. I'm not one of them. Doug is perfect.
Are these the same women who are asking about me? Fine. It's all right.
No,
you can entertain it.
No, I'm sorry. You could put on a few and woo them along. I don't know. Does it say anything more? Yeah. Like, one thing about this couple that makes me feel a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie, is like, why are we so obsessed with celebrity? Like, we're obsessed. Can I tell you this post that she just put this up like 2 seconds ago? It's already got, well, last I looked 36 minutes ago, it's got 4.3 million likes. 4.3 million likes in like a couple of minutes. These two, they're being treated like they're royalty, like they're American royalty. And God, I mean, when she gets pregnant, it's going to be ridiculous, the coverage. So like, why? What is it? Why?
I mean, she's one of our last pop stars. We really don't have that as a category anymore. I guess, I suppose Beyonce might be like that, but we don't really have any, like, everyone knows who this person is. They've created a reality that everyone has to deal with because pop culture is so fragmented. And she, with the Eras Tour and other things, she's just like ubiquitous, certainly to those of us who have teenage offspring, preferably daughters.
I asked my daughter, I'm like, are you into Taylor Swift? And she was like, no. She's like, she's fine. And actually, my daughter goes, I respect what she built, but no, I'm not into her. I'm like, right on.
It's more Billie Eilish with her.
No. I don't know. She's not she doesn't obsess over music. And honestly, can I tell you, when my kids play their music for me now, I've never heard of any of them. I have no idea who these people are. Right? Do you guys have that? I'm like, back in my day, there was a melody, but I have no clue what they're listening to.
No, we had this conversation on the podcast the other day when we're in the car, Matt and I, particularly with teenage daughters. When I'm in the car, I now put on music to try to please my daughter, and like, maybe she'll like this. It's like embarrassing.
What channel do you hit? Like, when you put on SiriusXM, other than channel 111, to listen to yours truly and Dr. Laura, what channel do you hit?
Well, first of all, did I tell you the time that my daughter said, "Why does Megyn hate Taylor Swift so much?"
Yes, I think we did talk about it.
Long story, and she just like, honestly,
she softened her message today.
Yeah. You know, she follows you on Instagram and she's like, why?
She'll know.
Some clip that she saw or something. But no, I mean, I would love to shout out Sirius to give them a plug, but I don't know. I think is there a Dylan channel? I'm like 40
Bob
years
Dylan,
old.
yeah.
I actually am.
See, I like pop rocks. I like 80s. I like 90s. I like the year aughts channels. I like those like down in that region there. I like the TikTok channel. They've got stuff that the younger people like. I don't know. The Taylor Swift music, it's fine. Let's not pretend she's one of the great, artists or songwriters of all time. She's fine. It's like kind of bubblegum, it speaks to a certain population. There's a reason that most of her fans are tweens. And that's fine. There's a place for that in our society. I think she was treated like she was more important than that particular role. And she started to believe that she was more important than that kind of role. Like her endorsement would be critical to the Kamala Harris team. And then she did, that's when I turned on her, when she made some nonsense about like supporting the Palestinians right after Israel got attacked. It was like, okay, could you give them a beat to like figure out how many of their people have been taken hostage before you do a fundraiser for the other side? And then she endorsed Kamala Harris because she chose Tim Walz and his crazy LGBTQ stance. He's the most radical governor in the country on that. So that's when I turned on her. And then, Trump has got his own reasons. We have to explain that to Moynihan Jr. She's probably with me on this if she thinks it's
Wasn't Taylor Swift's dad a conservative? It was like outed as liking wrong things on Facebook or something, which shows you how fast she is, that people are paying attention to what her dad likes on Facebook.
Well, I think she's from Tennessee, right? She's from the South. So it shouldn't come as a big surprise that he's probably a little bit more right-leaning. In any event, the whole celebrity obsession is just a lot. And I'm like, get over it. You know, it's like we do this thing in America where we just, we build these people up like they're infallible, like they're gods, like they're not the same humans we are. And then they always disappoint us. You know, look at Tom Brady and Giselle. That was another Hollywood royalty kind of couple, you know, or it was like NFL player, just like Travis Kelce, and supermodel, not a singer, but a supermodel. It fell apart. By the way, I do think there's a lot to be gleaned from who she wound up with after Tom. This is my own opinion. Her jiu-jitsu instructor, Giselle, according to my sources and in my opinion, wanted a normal life. She wanted a husband who would stay with her and raise their family and be like with her at night in their home. She's Brazilian. She's a more traditional woman. And he wanted to be on the red carpet and flitting about the world and going to the Lauren Sanchez wedding. And she didn't want that, notwithstanding the fact that she's a totally glamorous model. And I have been told by somebody who knows them both, this was at the root of their problems. He wanted the big life and she didn't. So in any event, we'll see. These things can be fraught. Two huge, huge careers, you know, where both is used to being the dominant player. How long do we give it? Do we end on a cynical note? Is that too dark? How long?
I'm still smarting from my Kim and Kanye prediction. I promised that their marriage would endure despite what critics said. I was rooting for them. It was the Camelot of our times. I'm just a huge Kanye stan. I'm still smarting. Honestly, the whole thing is very difficult.
I guess you didn't see the Hitler stuff coming.
Yeah. I did not see that coming.
What will the effect of the sparring between President Trump and the Federal Reserve be? Can the Fed take the right action at the right time? Or are we going to be looking at a potential economic slowdown? And what does this mean for your savings? Consider diversifying with gold through Birch Gold Group. For decades, gold has been viewed as a safe haven in times of economic stagnation, global uncertainty, and high inflation. And Birch Gold makes it incredibly easy for you to diversify some of your savings into gold. If you have an IRA or an old 401k, you can convert that into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or just buy some gold to keep in your safe. First, get educated. Birch Gold will send you a free info kit on gold. Just text MK to the number 989898. Again, text MK to 989898 and consider diversifying a portion of your savings into gold. So if the Fed cannot stay ahead of the curve for the country, at least you can stay ahead for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.